Have you ever looked at a map and noticed that there is a country called South Sudan and ever wondered why did it break away from Sudan? Why wouldn't it just remain a part of Sudan, and what actually happened? Well, to find out the answer, we have to go back some years in time. This is the story of why South Sudan broke away from Sudan, and the reason why will surprise you.
Before South Sudan became independent, Sudan was one unified country. However, deep divisions had existed for decades between the northern and southern regions. The north was largely Arab, Muslim, and more politically dominant, while the south was made up of diverse ethnic groups with Christian and traditional beliefs. The southern region also felt politically and economically marginalized by the central government in Khartoum. These differences were further intensified by any unequal development, lack of political representation, and disputes over cultural identity and governance. Tensions first escalated into violence even before independence, leading to the First Sudanese Civil War from 1955 to 1972. Although a peace agreement briefly ended the conflict, the underlying issues were never fully resolved. In 1983, conflict reignited when the Sudanese government introduced policies of Islamization and attempted to impose Sharia law across the entire country. This triggered a strong resistance in the south, leading to the formation of the Sudan People's Liberation Movement (SPLM) and the outbreak of the Second Sudanese Civil War. The war caused widespread destruction, famine, and displacement of millions of civilians. Entire communities were affected and humanitarian conditions deteriorated severely over the years. After more than 2 decades of fighting, both sides became increasingly exhausted and international pressure for peace continued to grow. This led to a major turning point in Sudan's history. In 2005, the government of Sudan and the Sudan People's Liberation Movement signed the Comprehensive Peace Agreement. This agreement officially ended the Second Civil War and introduced a framework for power sharing between the North and the South. The CPA also granted Sultan Sudan autonomy and included a crucial provision. After 6 years, the people of the South would have the right to decide their future through a referendum. However, the transition period was not without challenges. Disputes over oil revenue sharing, border demarcation, especially in regions like Abyei, and ongoing political mistrust continued to create tension between both sides. Despite these issues, the referendum proceeded in January 2011. The result was overwhelming, with almost 99% of voters choosing independence.
We, the democratically elected representatives of the people, based on the will of the people of Southern Sudan, and as confirmed by the outcome of the referendum on self-determination, hereby declare Southern Sudan to be an independent and sovereign state.
Rawana kindi kilo de rian dar kindi alban udar ki endi alban akad wari wakat bugare wachi ni lang lang ina ni tum tin kuna ya kitu wajib le ka ki nyumba.
Because of some certain interests that the British had at that time, they had to hand over the South to the North. We don't call it an independence. For us, the South has a totally change matters. The Arabic language is being used as a means of changing the culture of the Southern Sudanese. It's being used as a means of changing the Southerners to become Arabs.
People have been fighting because they were looking for justice and equality and freedom.
That they have peace, that they have clean drinking water, they have medicine for their children, that their children are going to school, that they have a shelter over their heads, that the food security is guaranteed, and that they have the freedom, they have the dignity. After all, that they are human beings. These are values that you can fight for, and we fought for them, and that's what we are trying to build.
I'm very happy and I thank God for this day, and I'm saying very good luck. I'm sending good luck to all the South Sudanese.